Hello. So this will be the second video of my Minecraft server on Linux, and today I'm going to install some software and configure some stuff, but I'm not going to do it directly on the server because it's just annoying to type a bunch of commands. And the server is installed and running, and what I'm actually going to do is use a special software called PuTTY on my Windows computer so that I can remotely control this server. So I'm going to actually switch to my desktop here. And by the way, the server is running here in the VMware. And yeah, so PuTTY, I have that installed already. And what you need is the IP address. And I actually went into my router and the network settings, and I saw what IP address the router has given the virtual machine, and I also set up a profile for that. So the IP address to my virtual machine there is this. It might be different for you. So yeah, and what to do here, just I saved it as a profile here and loaded it, and now you just click open here and you get this window. Login as and like this. So we're actually going to do it a little bit bigger here so we can see a little bit. Okay then, so let's clear this text here, this information, and now we're actually going to install Java first. And I actually have this on a separate computer here, the commands, and I will put the commands in or on paste bin, and I will put the link in the video description to that paste bin so that you can just copy and paste. And that's the advantage with running PuTTY, so that you can actually copy and paste the commands. That's why I run PuTTY. And of course, let's see here, you need to add a so-called repository to Java. And yeah, what you do is that you copy text in a text file, and then when you are in PuTTY, you just right-click here and it will automatically paste it. And this is the first. You need to do this. That's this. Press enter here, and you need to type the password. And it's going to ask you if you want to enter. You just press enter here to add it. And it's done. And next step is you need to update the repositories. There you see it's added Java repositories. And it's done. Next thing you need to do is to actually install Java. Do it with this command. And as I said, every command is in the paste bin. And you press enter, and you will get a question if you want to continue. I just press yes, and it will start to do stuffs. This is a license agreement. You need to accept that. Just press enter here. Use arrow keys to the yes and press enter. Now it will start to download Java here on the Java file. And of course, this depends on your internet speed, how fast it is. It's now processing and installing here. And it's done. So just clear here. And you can actually check what Java version you have with this command. And there's a Java version 180.151, or more exact, right over here, build 12. And next you need to set up the environment variable. I always do that. And just press enter, and then see it's star there. I just select number 1, press enter, and we're going to edit a environment configuration file. And over here, just go to the end of this file and press enter, a new row here, and you're going to add some text like this. Just right click here, and now you need to save this, so Control O, and then press enter, and now it's saved. Now you're going to exit by pressing Control X, and you are now back. And now you need to reload this file, so you need to do that with this command. And now you can actually just check if it set it correctly. And there it is. So that's Java. Now it's installed. And now I'm actually going to create some folders and stuff, and also configure Samba. And first thing I need to do is to add a user, Samba user, or me in this case. So, and also set a password for that user. So press enter here, and you need to type the password, test2. You can type whatever you want here, but you need to remember this password. And also you see it added the user Minecraft. Now I'm actually going to create the folders where the server are going to be on. And I might actually have multiple Minecraft servers on this server. So I create a main folder for this. For example, I can have a Spigot server with plugins. I can have a vanilla server and such. And all of those servers will be placed in this folder. So I'm going to create this folder, and next I'm actually going to create a special folder for the web server where the dynamic map is going to be on. And no, I actually don't. Wrong on me. I will actually do that later. What I'm going to do instead is actually create another where the service is going to be on. It's called Spigot, like that. And now I'm actually going to configure Samba, or I'm actually going to share these folders. And you need to do that in a Samba configuration file. And you do that with this command. And yeah, it's a bunch of text, but just press page down and you should go all the way to the bottom here. And when you're at the bottom here, you should actually add the shared folders. First, I'm actually going to add the oops, there we go. I'm going to add the folder where the web server have its sort of files, the web page, website, or the web page actually, so that I can access that one. So I can actually place the dynamic map web server here. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you need to add here. And then I'm actually going to add the server, the shared folder, this, and I'm actually going to change this users to and you need to use your arrow keys here. Like this. And these settings is basically so that you can actually copy files to this one. It's just permissions. Read only, no, and also writable. Also so that you can browse these files or folders. And remember, when you create these folders, that this is the folder name, and when you type it here, it has to have the exact name as the shared folder. So if you have capital letters in here, you need to have capital letters over here as well. But after you're done, just save the file, Control O, press enter, then Control X. And what you need to do now is actually to reboot the computer. You can sort of reboot the Samba service, but for some reason I'm not getting that to work. I can't access the shared folder, so the only thing I need to do is to reboot the server. So sudo reboot now, and it says that the session is over, so you need to actually close this. And I can actually see here that the server is now rebooting. Does it boot? Yes, it does boot. Boot. I guess if the server is in Canada, it will boot. Okay, the server had now rebooted, so we can now start PuTTY again and just load this and open, and just resize the window here. So Minecraft. So yeah, now it's rebooted and we are in here, but I don't think we're actually going to be here right now, because now we're actually going to copy the files to the server. So let's see if we can actually access the server. So you need the spigot here, and I already downloaded it, and there's a somewhat complicated way to get it. So I will do a completely different video about that. How do you get actually the spigot server? Yeah, so right now I'm just going to copy this spigot file here, copy, and go to, let's actually stay, open another window here and go into Ubuntu server VM here, and here you see the shared folders. Here's the web server, and this is the where the server is going to be. And if you double click here, this is the first time I enter here, so you need to type the username and password, and that's the one we created when we configured Samba, which was craft, and then that password was test2, and I should remember my credentials. And now we're in, and here you can see that it's a spigot server, and there's, of course, you can create a new folder here for vanilla if you want to. So we can have different servers here. I'm just going to have it in the spigot here, paste. But that's not enough, because you need actually a start script. And let's see where I actually have that over here. Yes, should be this one, I think. Yep, it is. So I'm going to actually copy this. This is actually let's take it out like this. It's a bash script. Usually if you are on Windows you use a bat file, but the Linux can't use that bat file, so it's bash instead. So that's why it starts like this, and then of course the start script. So what you do here, just copy this start script to server, paste, and of course you can't start it over here on the Windows machine because it doesn't work. So you need to actually start it on the server itself. So now you actually need to go to the server itself, like this. And since I just installed this Linux server, I need to tell the server that you should actually run this script and have it permissions to do that. And you do that with a special command. if you go ls list files here, you see that you have two files here, the Spigot server file and the start.sh, and you need to actually do this command. And now you can actually start it. And how you actually start it is to just sudo dot and /.sh. This is how you actually start the server. And you should get the EULA as well, to agree to the EULA. And I'm actually going to do that on the Windows here. So here you see it created some files. Here's the EULA file. So you need to edit that like this, and you need to change this false to true and save it. And now you can actually start the server again. And it will now start the server and also creating the world and a bunch of other settings files, but I'm actually going to do that in another video, and I'm going to show you how to set up the settings in the whitelists and the plugins and stuff. But right now, for this video, I'll just show you how to install the Java and sort of start the server. The next video, I will show you how to actually download the server file itself, the Spigot server. And the video after that, I will show you how to use the plugins. So now we'll just stop the server here, enter stop. And you are now back in the prompt. So yeah, see you in the next video where I show you how to actually download stuffs. So yeah, see you later.